Hello, we shall be discussing on the third classes of the algae, that is Rhodophyceae. The member of this class of Rhodophyceae are commonly called as the red algae due to the predominance of red pigment in their body. The red pigment is called as the phycoerythrin. So this phycoerythrin is the red pigment which impart red color to this group of algae, that is Rhodophyceae. Red algae are marine and are found mostly in the warmer areas. They are multicellular. That means they are made up of many cells and have complex body organizations. The cell wall is made up of pectin and cellulose, and they store food in the form of floridine starch. So their storage organ is in the form of floridine starch. This group of algae, that is Rhodophyceae, reproduce by three forms, that is vegetative, asexual and sexual form. So vegetatively they reproduce by the process of fragmentation. So fragmentation refers to the accidental breakup of the body where the fragmented pieces can regenerate or develop into new plant body. The second is asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, it involves mostly the spore formations. And third is sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, they take place by oogamous type of sexual reproduction. Oogamous type of sexual reproduction. Oogamous is a type of reproduction whereby the two fusing gametes, that is male and female gametes, one is small and motile while the other is very large and non-motile. So this type of fusion of gametes is called as oogamous type of sexual reproduction. The example of algae that is belonging to this Rhodophyceae are Gracilaria, Gelidium, etc. And economically, this class of algae are very important from the economic point of view. Now, we shall be discussing on Bryophytes. Bryophytes include various group of plants found commonly growing in the most shaded area. Bryophytes are also called as amphibians of plant kingdom because this group of plants can live in the soil but depend on water for sexual reproduction. That means their fusion of male and female gametes is being induced or take place in the presence of water. The plant body of these bryophytes are more differentiated as compared to algae. They possess a root-like structure called as the rhizoids, through which they attach to the substratum. Substratum here refers to any body through which these bryophytes remain attached and they stand. So this substratum can be a wood, a stone, or any other body. The main plant body produces sexual gametes. Hence, the plant body is gametophytic in nature. That means the predominant life cycle, the predominant plant body is gametophytic in nature because the main plant body produces the gamete. The gametes are produced in male. The gametes are produced in the male sex organ called as the enteridium, and the male gametes that is produced is called as the enterozoids. The female sex organs produces the female gametes called as the archegonia, and the female sex organ that produces this female gametes is called as the archegonium. So archegonia is also called as the female gametes, and this archegonia can also be called as egg. Now, Bryophytes is divided into two groups. The first group is liverworts, and the second is the mosses. So, liverworts are various types of bryophytes growing in most shaded habitats such as streams, barks of the trees, and in deep woods. The plant body is called as thalloids, and it consists of a stem-like structure consisting of two rows of leafy-like appendages. So in case of liverworts, reproduction takes place sexually and asexually. So in asexual mode of reproduction, the reproduction takes place by the process of fragmentation of the plant body or by the formation of a specialized structure called as the gyma. So in asexual mode of reproduction, liverworts produced by fragmentation as well as by formation of gyma. Gyma are green and multicellular asexual buds that develop from the specialized receptacles called as the gymata. So this gyma after completion of its maturation become detached from the main parent plant body, and they germinate to develop into new individual. So asexually they liverworts produced by fragmentation and by formation of gyma. Now in sexual reproduction takes place by the formation of sexual gametes developing from the sexual organs. The male gametes are produced from the male sex organ called as the antheridium, and the male gametes is called as the antheridia, and the female sex organ are produced in the female sex organ called as the archegonium, and the female gametes is called as the archegonia or egg. So sexual reproduction takes place by fusion or fertilization of the male and female gametes. Now the second group of bryophytes is the mosses. The predominant stage in the life cycle of mosses is the gametophytic stage, consisting of the gametophyte consisting of two stages. So in this case, in this mosses also the predominant, that means the first stage of the life cycle is the gametophytic stage. The gametophytic here refers to the stage of the life that produces gametes. Now this gametophytic stage is divided into two. The first stage is the protonemal stage. This protonemal stage develops directly from spores. In this stage, the plant body is creeping. It creeps in the soil and is green in color and frequently filamentous in nature. Filamentous means it is in the form of a chain. Now, in the second stage, the second stage is the leafy stage. So, this stage, that is the second leafy stage, develops from the protonema and consists of a slender branch-like structure bearing spirally arranged leaves. The leafy stage are attached to the soil through multicellular root-like structure called as the rhizoid. So in bryophytes, in the moss, roots-like structure called as the rhizoids are seen. Now mosses reproduce both vegetatively and sexually. Vegetatively, they reproduce by fragmentation methods and budding. So fragmentation involves breaking of the plant body into many fragments or pieces that can later on develop into new individual again. And budding here refers to formation of small buds arising from the plant body. Now in budding, the main plant body consists of many buds. So this from this main plant body, small buds begin to develop, and these buds, they after some time they reach the matured stage, and once they reach the matured stage, these buds get detached from the parent plant body and they can grow into or develop into individual plant body again. So vegetatively, mosses reproduce by fragmentation and budding. And second is sexual methods. Sexual reproduction takes place by the formation of male and female gametes. Male gametes reproduce from the male sex organs, and female gametes produce from the female sex organ. The male sex organ is called as the antheridium, and the female sex organ is called as the archegonium. So this male and female sex organ, they produce from the tip of the leafy shoots. Once the gametes fused, that means fertilized, it result in the formation of zygotes, which give rise to the sporophytic stage. So after the fusion of the male and female gametes, it gives rise to the sporophytic stage. So this sporophytic stage is the stage of the plant body that result in the formation or that develop spores. Now this sporophytic stage is divided into three parts, that is foot, seta and capsule. Foot is the part of the sporophyte through which the plant body remain attached to the substratum, and seta is the stem of the plant body. So this seta is representing the stem, and capsule is the organ where the spores are developed, and this capsule is born at the tip of the seta. So the foot represent the foot remain attached to the substratum, the seta represent the stem, and the capsule is found at the tip of the stem. So this capsule is the main part of the sporophyte, which give rise or which develops or which help in the development of spores. Now some of the algae that belonging to these mosses are Funaria, sphagnum, etc. So this is all about bryophytes.